makes it a point.
The first thing you need to know is very disrespectful to all of us in this room. We've done all of that. The problem in this town is racism. It has denied us resources to help our people, and they give the resources to people who can't do the work and never give it to the men in the community who want to do the work. You spoke to that. The park board themselves got $600,000. They'll give it to people who can't do the work. But black men that have the responsibility to stand up for black children can't get a dime. Can't get a dime, no resources to do nothing. The mayor started it when he said he was going to define new leadership for us. And he interfered with our community to pick new black leaders that he could control that wouldn't say nothing about racism or police brutality. Then they stripped us of all our resources. They stripped me of my job, they stripped me of my right to be on KMOJ, and they stripped these men of the right to work with our people. These men can still do that job. And when you go back to Chicago, they're going to tell you they got that proposal from Spike Moss. That's who gave it to them. It was at-risk youth service. And many of these guys in here was with at-risk youth service. Matter of fact, Steve Floyd is in the back on the wall. We gave them that proposal, and we told them this. Take this proposal to Washington because they're going to fund it. We can't get funding because of the racism in Minnesota. And look at you now. And then they bring you here like you can save us. We can save us if they stop this hatred, if they stop this political game they playing, if they stop grabbing our money that they know we need to help our children like they gonna do the job. We need men to do what you said. Get in their face. We was getting in their face for 15 years. We had a summit here. We went national with the summit. We organized brothers all over this country that's still alive because of our work. And we were prepared to get back out there with these kids when they stripped us of everything we need. And then they don't tell the community this is going on. What they do is play like they're trying to help. They're not trying to help. We were in the hospital room. We had our preachers in the room. We did every summit in a church. But when you got something this evil going on in this town, you can't help these children the way these children need to be helped because they got all these sellouts in the way to block you, if you're a strong black man, from standing up and helping your people. You can have all the visions you want after a death. That don't help. You got to get in that young boy's face the way you saw it on that film. You got to get in his mama's face the way Shy back there was getting in their face. It's got to be done like that. We know that. We did it 15 straight years. And I did it since 1968. From Chicago. That's where I started, working for them brothers in Chicago, the Vice Lords. So if you understand that, and they had the first gang conference in St. Louis, Missouri in 1968. I was there. So I learned from them, and I taught these brothers how to do it. They all know how to do it. But ask any one of them, have they been allowed to do anything with resources that you're talking about? Our main problem here is resources. And when you talked about racism, this is a state at the state level was caught being non-compliance with contracts. At the city level, caught being non-compliance with contracts. Then tried to knock out our civil rights office. Then our black officers had to go to federal court to sue for the right to just be officers on our police department. Then they take our federal money that came here to help us develop businesses, took it and did what they wanted to do with it. Our school system, the two worst schools in the country, Detroit and Minneapolis, Minnesota, towards kids of color. Detroit and Minneapolis, Minnesota. So we get it every way you can get it. So we came here really hoping some of those people here that's part of that plot could hear us. And some of those people here that keep taking our money could understand you're taking money we could have used to save lives. And we tired of seeing our children die. So no disrespect to you, but they disrespected us.
Again, I appreciate the brother's comments, and we're not here trying to tell anybody what to do. You're not Chicago, you know. You've got your own issues you got to work with, but I would definitely put a hand out to these brothers who are leaving and say, if you're going to have an impact, you got to bring everybody to the table. Everybody's got to be at that table. You know, the community stake, they're part of the community too. They got to be brought and invited and open, you know, with open arms at that table. So I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, but in order for you to have an effect, in order for you to have that effect that we've been having in so many other places other than Chicago, you need to have credible messengers. And credible messengers consist of those people that just got up, amongst yourselves as well, but that just got up and left. Any other questions? Anybody would like to ask anything?
Yeah, Al, how do we get around it? I deal more with the education part of it. But how do we work that so the people like Spike and them that really do the work, but the city don't want to deal. They just don't want to. And I'm telling you, it's point blank. They don't want to deal with them. They just got their own rhythm.